combination of memories and schemas, and memories that you've had that are now in your subconscious, previous experiences that have now become memories and become schemas. I'll explain them. So when you have experiences, they become memories. And because we're intelligent beings, we usually learn from experiences. Yeah, and there's something the brain does. The brain is negativity bias. If you ask yourself generally, you can remember almost every bad thing that happened to you last year. But if I ask you to remember every good thing that happened to you last year, you may find it difficult. Yeah. And the reason why is because the brain is particularly biased to negativity so that it can protect you from having that experience again. Yeah, so good things always happen. But when you pass that door and you dash your foot against something, the inner child, what then happens? The inner child is just a combination of experiences, traumatic experiences, that became memories, that then became shortcuts for decision making, so that you then become traumatized by them. So your brain does not even go through the process of processing, oh, is this safe, is this not safe? Your brain just sees it similar to what happened before, same thing. So take for example, you were robbed on a road that is very dark. The person that robbed you was 5 feet tall. The person was wearing a blue shirt on that street that was dark. And maybe that day you had felt not to go out. Now, one thing your brain then does for you is that it doesn't need all 5 signs to come together. So the inner child just then means that you are stuck at that point where that trauma happened. So all you just need to do sometimes is somebody with a blue shirt on a dark road, and your brain automatically just believes you're about to be robbed again. And then there's just that running fight or flight of what's going to happen. I'm not safe. So the inner child is that point at which you got hurt, had a traumatic experience, you got hurt, and then you've been unable to move past that emotionally. So you can grow physically, but psychologically you're still at that point. Yeah, so I think the question now is healing the inner child. How important is it? It's important for us to heal the inner child because that's the only way you can truly and effectively be present and experience things as innocently as they are in order to be able to engage your world and have your inner self speak to you. Sometimes it's very writing, sometimes it's dialogue, just speak. And then you then answer back. And then the other thing is understanding that in healing the inner child, nobody will do the work for you. You can't have someone love you out of it. You cannot allow someone's love fill you up. You have to understand that that's something you have to provide for yourself and allow every other person to just complement what you're doing. Yeah, so healing the inner child, of course, techniques, like I have said, get a professional, your own self, engaging your own inner child, conversations, dialogues, and then also understanding that whatever it is you have discovered that you lacked as a child, begin to provide for yourself. Acceptance, validation, safety, that putting your own self first, prioritizing yourself, speaking up, in little ways begin to do that now. Yeah. And also there's using art. It's a very there's nobody to come home to, there's nobody to tell that this happened in school, there's nobody to tell that this person said you know something as little as somebody said your head is big in school and you come back and tell your parents that they're able to say that no, that can immediately save you years of low self-esteem. It can save years of low self-esteem. So even as little as neglect. But of course there are other things like rape, war, other things like natural disasters, grief, loss, that are very, very traumatizing. Those kind of things you need somebody to help you unpack them, to begin the journey. But of course meditation, mindfulness, being intentional about yourself, being able to sit with yourself. Sorry, just one last thing I wanted to add is this thing I call the why question. Really just asking yourself why. Why did you lash out at that person? Why did you think not responding was the best response? Why did you have A in your mind and you said C? Why did you not stand up for yourself? Why did you do that? What are you scared of? Yes, that way you can begin to understand yourself. Okay, I think I need to speak up for myself more. I think I need to represent myself in a better way, in a better light, so I'm not mistaken for someone else. And so it's just important that you become, like we say in psychology, very introspective. You get to know yourself. In therapy, I ask you that question. What's your own relationship with yourself? How well do you know yourself? How well are you in love with yourself? And love is not an emotion. Love is action. So how much do you show for yourself love? So yeah.